1 sec here. Figuring out what is going on. Yeah, I gotta update that thumbnail. Take a while to save. Take a very long time to save. Okay, just give me 1 sec, guys. Just changing some settings in the stream real quick. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right. Hold on. Let me know if you guys are here. Take a few minutes as usual, just to let people join. You know, that's how it always is. Alright, we shared that. Alright, I think we're ready. I think we're just gonna wait for some people, you know. Have not streamed in a long time. So first I do apologize for that. Of course, the only people hear that apology are people who watch the replay, which I'm not sure if too many people watch the replays, to be quite honest. But I guess we'll get started. I don't know. No one's watching right now, though. It has been a while. We'll give it some more time. It says no one's here, but I don't know if that's my restream bugging right now. No, I don't think so. I do not think my restream's bugging right now. Yeah, Restream is, for those who don't know, just a streaming software we use. I mean, we technically use OBS, but it's like, it helps us stream to multiple platforms at once. We're on like Twitch and YouTube at the same time right now. Probably said that like 10,000 times. Sergey Lozy, how are you, good sir? Good to see you. You're the first one in the stream, I think. I could be wrong about that, but I think you're the first one here, so good to see you, good sir. We're just gonna wait for a few more people. I guess, I mean, actually, I can start going over some stuff, some updates to the flop night, aka Fortnite Clone. So, yeah, my restream's glitched. It says 0 people are watching, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, Jordan Shin. Good to see you as well. Yeah, my restream's glitched. So, people are here. So, what I've learned recently, so I've been doing a lot of stuff in Unreal Engine. And hey, Affix, how are you doing, good sir? Good to see you. I've kind of learned the painful lesson that animations are not very straightforward. But keep in mind, I'm also a beginner, so for some of you guys, animations might be really easy. Which UE4 version I'm using? 4.26. Not the latest, 4.26.0, just because I don't feel like updating the 4.26.1. Hello, Corsair, how are you doing? But yeah, animations, not straightforward. I am progressing and better understanding the gameplay ability system. That's not really a tough part. Corsair, of course I remember you. Of course I remember you, baby. Now, before we get to the animation, so I just want to update on what I've did. So basically, I've just been importing stuff from the gas documentation project. kind of like onto the Flop Night project. Specifically, I'll just play this just to show like what I'm trying to recreate. So like I'm basically just trying to recreate this kind of like shooting animation type deal. You know, the projectile spawn, the actual playing of the animation. Of course, the animation being played through the gameplay ability system so that it actually replicates, so that other clients can see someone, you know, firing a weapon. So this involved a few things. So last time we kind of left off, we had the gameplay ability done. So like we were able to activate gameplay abilities. That wasn't the issue. Now it's kind of like, how do I play the animation and kind of have that multicast replicate to the other clients? I kind of got through that. I mean, I pretty much just copied a lot of what the gas documentation project did. So like one big thing was, also you guys can hear me, right? This would be so bad if anything I just said no one heard. But yeah, basically it just involved making this play montage and wait for event ability task, which, fun fact, thank you, Kavan. Good, glad to hear that. But yeah, basically this play montage and wait for event ability task. Now, Unreal Engine has a bunch of ability tasks already, like pre-made. So I'll just like kind of pop that out. But oh, see you, Corsair. Good night. Yeah, I know. That's something I do remember about you, Corsair. I know your time zone's like really far ahead of mine. But oh no, that's not what I meant. Actually, I mean we could go into this article just to explain what ability tasks are. So there's gameplay abilities and ability tasks. But essentially, abilities are like the main meat of the gameplay ability system. It's like if you want to do something that gets predicted, I guess, on the client side, and then to execute on the server, then you do it through an ability. So for example, shooting a weapon, like just that general thing. But the idea of ability task is if you want to do like some stuff asynchronously from your ability, so invoke a task, for example, and then have stuff respond to that. You know, maybe you have like tasks activating and performing in succession. Maybe you have multiple tasks just running on their own, and then, you know, maybe during those tasks, like certain events get triggered and then new tasks activate. But anyway, basically the playing of the shooting animation is a task. So, like I was saying though, Unreal has like a lot of built-in ability tasks. Like actually, they literally have one called play montage and wait. But it's like, it just plays the montage and that's it. And it waits for the animation montage to finish. So I was looking at this for a little bit and I was like, why don't we use this? And I realized this ability task, play montage and wait for event, is straight up copied from, and this isn't a bad thing, I just want to point out because I thought it was interesting. It was straight up copied from the Action RPG project from Unreal. And the reason why they made this is kind of like they want like a delegate function to get called after a certain animation notify within your animation. So if I go to like here, I'll go to his project because his project right now is much cleaner than mine. So he's got in his animation, well, first, all the animation notify is, it just sends a gameplay event, and this will thereby trigger like some kind of function. But yeah, I mean nothing too crazy, but like in his montage he has like a couple of animation notifies. So these are events quote unquote. He has 1, to spawn a projectile right at the beginning. So right when the animation starts, an event is sent, which triggers a function that will perform the spawning of the projectile from the weapon. And then he has another event. Still pretty towards the beginning of the animation. I believe the reason for that is so that, you know, it's a rifle, so like you can, you know, fire like very quickly. Because the reason why you want to end the ability. So like what this event does, it'll, if we go to his code, yeah, if we go to his code, like basically, and this is another thing that I kind of brushed by, but like essentially when events get sent, they come with tags. So like in the case of that second event, event.montage.end ability, and that's pretty much all he does. He just ends the ability. And like I said, the reason for that is because it's so that, you know, people can shoot really quickly upon clicking the left mouse button. And of course, this function piece of code here, you know, so for this event tag, event.montage.spawn projectile, so right here, the beginning of the animation, this is where he performs the spawning of the projectile. And this was something I was not able to get to. I experienced a few issues. So basically, how far I got was essentially I was able to make. Hey, Beast, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, I was able to make. I copied over this ability task. You know, I set all the variables I needed to set. You know. Also, I know there's red here. It's because like I modified this like somewhat before the stream. I haven't compiled this, so yeah, like I did all I needed to do. You know, this is the ability from before. Only upon holding a rifle and then they click the left mouse button, ability activates. Once the ability activates, this play montage and wait for event ability task runs, and all that does is it just plays the function. Now, the issue I ran into, also the reason why I didn't get to the pistol yet is I just can't find pistol animations. It didn't come with the animation starter pack, and I couldn't find one on Mixamo, and I was too lazy to look anywhere else. So I was just about to go, and then I saw this beast. That's what I like to hear, baby. All right, so like what happened? So a couple things. So let me just play it. So it kind of just goes with the idea that I don't know what I'm doing with animations. Like it's very complicated and I don't know why. So like there's a couple of issues. So as you're already noticing, so like sometimes I have to figure out on my own, but sometimes on the client the animation will always play, like as you can see. But on the server it doesn't always play. So I don't know. That's one issue, because in the gas documentation project, it pretty much always plays as it should. Or hold on, let me get the server real quick. Or sorry, not the server. Let me get the other client so that I can show it. But like, yeah, like every time I activate the ability, the animation always plays. Like no matter how fast I'm clicking. That's one thing I have to fix. I don't know what's causing that. So that's one issue. There's plenty of other issues. You may have already noticed, but the animation's a little wonky. I know the reason for that. It's because, and I have to open a bunch of things in their own window because for some reason, like animations just open in the same window. Took me a while to figure that out. Why do you still have the default BG background? Are you talking about Beast? Are you talking about my desktop background or are you talking about this Unreal map? If you're talking about the Unreal map, I was just too lazy to fix it or replace it. But yeah, anyway, the issue. So one issue I've found is that So this animation right here was taken straight off of Mixamo. And you are not even 20H2. What is 20H2, Beast? Fill me in on that. I think I might be too old to know what 20H2 or too uneducated. Oh, desktop background? That is a good question. I should change my desktop background. Back in the day, I used to have some sick desktop backgrounds. But yeah, so this is the animation that I got from Mixamo. And it looks pretty similar to the one from the animation starter pack. The only difference is that, like, I like how the finger actually moves and how, like, the legs actually move. For some reason, the one in the animation starter pack, the legs don't move. It's literally just the upper body, which I thought was weird. That's not the issue. The issue is, so this is like the pose. This is what the character looks like when he's just holding a gun and aiming down sight. Task prioritization, perhaps, rather than lazy. Come on, smart. I like that. But yeah, so essentially, this is one big reason why the animation looks different. It's just, or sorry, the animation looks wonky or glitched or just not good. It doesn't the pose in this, like the stance of the guy in this animation from Mixamo, does not match the actual pose of the character. That's one problem. I mean, like, one major difference is that, I mean, just look at the placement of the hands. Like, this Mixamo animation was meant for, like, a bigger weapon. The one that came with the Advanced Locomotion System plugin, that rifle was much smaller. 20H2 is the October build of Windows. Yeah, I think I'm updated past that, baby. Yeah, that's one issue. So I don't know how to fix that. I think the only way to fix that is just, like, manually I gotta figure that out. Like, kind of, like, modify the animation itself. I've even thought about, like, just taking the base pose and making my own animation, honestly. I feel like at this point, like, you know, what would be easier? Or at least what would, versus, you know, and the trade-off between getting, like, better results. So that's one thing I've thought of. And then, what else was I going to say? Yeah, that's the main thing. Also, just the Advanced Locomotion System plugin in general. Like, I'm having a hard time, like, understanding it. Like, I've been watching some videos, but, like, I just don't understand, like, how it works. Cause like, I was watching this video because I didn't know how to set up the layering groups for the animation montage. Like, so I watched this video, and this guy said to spine and head at first, and then he changed it so that, so if I duplicate it, then he had arm L and arm R, which I understand because you want the arms to move in the animation. What happened? NSKIMSOR. Ski MSOR. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. A lot's happening. Beast, it's okay. If you can fix it, you can fix it. If you can't, can't. But yeah, so he tried doing this, but what I found when he did this, so I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna play it. And then I play the animation. This is what happens. So so it seems like pretty normal, right? But, like, it's hard to see on the server, but on the client, it's like reverting back to the base pose. So right now, the blend, there's a little blend right now. It's hard to see there, but you'll see what I mean. Like how it's going back to this pose you see right here. So if I save this, set the blend to 0, so it's gonna go straight to the animation. Like, it's not even like blending with, like, the actual pose in the game. I don't even know if what I'm saying is right, but so that's okay. Well, not really. Even that's still kind of glitched. Like, it's like very hard to see, but like you notice how the gun's going back to looking forward straight. That's one problem. Flop, Baraka, good to see you, man. It's been a while. But yeah, that's a major problem. And then I kept watching that video, and what he did was he went to the original. Nope, this is the wrong project. He went to the original project, or sorry, he went to the original animation, like the sequence, not the montage. And what he did was he modified the additive settings. So he set this to local space. And then in his video, he select animation frame, which I did. And then he chose the firing animation. I decided to choose the pose animation. So maybe that would make sense. I'm not sure. But I'll do the firing animation because it doesn't matter. Either way, it's broken. We'll see. We'll see, Beast. I don't know. I would say that's a pretty big deal. At least the second part. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty noticeable personally. And also I have to definitely fix that issue where the animation plays on the client all the time but not always on the server. That I definitely have to fix. So, definitely can't move on just yet. I think there's still some stuff to get through. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. So like, this is what he did in his video. I took the first frame. Maybe I'll do the first frame. I don't know. 0, 1 indexes. I'll save that. Baraka. There's a lot of stuff going up. But yeah, let me get rid of that. Let me open this up. Yeah, see, like, now I don't even know what's going on. It just, like, glitches out. I don't know. Let me open this up again. I'll show you in a bit, Baraka. But, yeah, I did fire rifle, iron sights. Yeah, I think that was the right one. I don't know. It just, like, glitches out. It's, like, really weird. Like, now it's doing this. Now I'm really confused. Oh, wait, because this. Hold on. Preview base pose. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, so like now, yeah, I should have gotten rid of that before. But yeah, so if I reopen that, and I don't know why I have to always reopen or close and reopen these animation montages to see like the changes. But now there's like that. I'll show you again, Beast. It's hard to see, but there's definitely a lot of delay. I'll say that. And it's not even... Actually, no, it's not the delay. It's not that there's delay, it's just the fact that the ability is not registering, or at least the animation. I think the ability is registering on the server all the time, but not the animation. But yeah, this is what happens. I follow this guy's video on YouTube. So I thought that would help. It didn't. And then when I do this, the result's even weirder. Now I have no idea what's going on. It's like the gun's like spazzing out. Like you can clearly see the animation play, but it's just really weird. Yeah, it's really, I'm off it. I'll check out where you get when I have the bit. Till then, best with your project. Thank you, Kavan. Have a good one. Uchiha Flopper. But yeah, let me undo those settings because clearly these override groups did not do anything. But it would eventually I do want to get the ARM override groups in there just because like it would be nice because right now. So if I change everything back, so I'm going to save that, and we're going to go back. No additive. That should undo it. I don't think my PC's that good, Afix. I think it's more internet, honestly. Although my PC does struggle from time to time on these streams. For example, when I'm compiling shaders. graphics. Compiling shaders is not good. Now, I think my PC's okay. I mean, we had a PC building video for that was legit / Ryan's PC. My PC's basically that, but like a little less powerful. It's very similar. But yeah, so I undid those settings. Let me play it again. So yeah, Baraka, the project, I haven't made much progress because I'm trying to focus on like more advanced concepts like gameplay ability system. I guess now I'm going to throw advanced locomotion system in there because I thought it'd be simpler, but since I know nothing, it's not. Yeah, but if you notice, like, yeah, so like that time, like it just doesn't always play on the server. So like that, I just don't know why it is. That's one. But yeah. So now it's like good. And also I kept the blend at 0, so like it does look kind of weird. I mean, it's okay to an extent. True beast, shaders are CPU and memory. So I'll figure that out on my own time. Now the reason why I didn't get to projectile spawning yet is because the ALS character isn't like the default UE4 character, in the sense that, like, for example, like just looking at his code, like just really quickly for the spawning of the projectile, like he uses like things like, for example, he has a separate variable for like the actual skeletal mesh of the weapon. So that's not in ALS, Advanced Locomotion System, in his character blueprint / C++ class. Force replicate, if that's a thing, I mean, in gas it should be. So I think that's already turned on. I think. Don't really know. So yeah, that I gotta figure out. And then the camera boom. So like, this is the weird thing that I kind of caught me a little off guard like today. In the gas documentation project. So like, it's basically just the default UE4 character. I mean, for the most part, I don't really see much like difference. Like, there's a camera here. This is the camera boom. Now, in ALS, Advanced Locomotion System, I go to character assets here. Or sorry, no, I gotta look at the blueprint. There is no camera. So I'm just like, what? So that's one thing I gotta figure out, because the camera's needed for the direction of where the projectile is gonna go when you spawn it. That's one thing. Or at least that's what the gas documentation project code does. Don't necessarily have to do that, but I'll figure that out on my own. It does seem like, though, there is a variable for the weapon mesh, so that will be easier for me, but this is for later on. But I guess one last thing I want to know on just like the weapon, or the weapon firing animation, because I looked back and I looked at like, I went back to the animation starter pack because I was like curious, like, why do all these animations look so good? And the reason is because they respect the original stance of the characters. So for example, like, I'm gonna open, wait, oh, this is the wrong project, gas documentation. I'm gonna open up like this one in a new window. It's a big one there. And then I'm just gonna open up like, I'm sure he's got an aim offset here somewhere. Aim offset somewhere here. Yeah. So we're just gonna do like aiming down sight. So like, oh, open a new window, guys. I can't even follow my own advice here. See that? That's an example right there. That kept messing with me. But yeah, like, if I just pause here, like, the stance is almost identical. Like, the animation plays off the actual character's base pose, whatever it's called. Like, it's actually like an additive animation, so to speak. And also, this animation's like very simple. Like, it uses like literally only upper body. Like, I don't think it uses any lower body. I could be wrong about that. Let me just check on that. Yeah, I mean, literally, I don't think it uses any lower body. And also, I can't use this one because it also holds the gun in a different way than the ALS character does in its base pose. Beast, good question, and Affix, I will get there. It does have pistol animations, but not firing animations. So good question. Like, they have idle pistol here. Like, they have a reload pistol thing. Why do I do this all the time? Open new animation, or open a new window. Always do this to me. But yeah, even like, but yeah, notice how like the feet, the pose, like the way the character's body is positioned is pretty much the same across most of these animations. Hello, Matt Stir. You can use idle and jerk the backhand and the invariant. Affix, I am too stupid to know what that means. But yeah, hello, Master. Good to see you. I'm cleaning off the last amount of ABT a year on my PC right now. I made a bunch of UE4 projects and nothing with except make character control. I feel that, dude. UE4 projects take up a lot of space. Like, even blank ones. That I will admit, I have to give Unity a little edge over Unreal. Their project sizes are much smaller. But for now, I'm not going to be too concerned with the pistol fire animation. Just because I can't even get the rifle one to be, in air quotes, perfect. But I think at this rate, I don't know, I gotta figure something out. I want to show like the original video I watched, but like I don't want to get copyrighted. But I mean, I might put a link to it. It was like Kai. I think if you just look up ALS. Gotta be careful what I say. But yeah, the username of the guy is Kai_99. Good video. I just didn't get the same results. And that's not him. It's probably on me, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know, it's like kind of weird. But it is what it is. Well, project should not be that big if it's just assets. Beast, I thought the same, but I recently made this is pretty much a blank project, this mixed mode test project. Oh, that was another thing that drove me crazy. Retargeting animations. Oh, good thing you reminded me indirectly of this beast. But yeah, if you look at properties, it's almost a gig. I mean, I don't know. I think that personally that's really big for like pretty much a blank project. Pretty much. It's not exactly blank, but it's pretty big. I don't know. It's just me. Yeah. One big thing. So that mix mode animation, it took me forever to understand how to retarget it because I didn't know how skeleton poses and rigs worked. So if we go back to the ALS, this drove me crazy. I have to point this out. Thank you for reminding me, Beast. Even though it was by accident, but I appreciate it. This drove me crazy. So this ALS mannequin skeleton. So it looks like it's an A pose here, but by default, it's set to T pose. So that drove me crazy because I kept trying to retarget it, and it gave me the option to because it doesn't care about the pose. It just cares if it has the same rig as the skeleton used in the original animation. Because I was able, because I followed another tutorial to get, I followed two tutorials, but I'm going to refer to one tutorial here. I was able to upload a modified UE4 default mannequin skeleton I was able to upload that to Mixmo, so I was able to get animations off that, like the firing rifle one. I get that. It's all good for the UE4 mannequin. So I try to retarget it to this guy, but by default he was in T-pose. I'm like, why is he in T-pose? If you open him up, he's in A-pose. So I had to go to modify pose and click on reset. So I don't know why. I don't know if it's the C++ version of this plugin or if it's just ALS in general, but by default, when retargeting asset or animations to this ALS mannequin skeleton, make sure to reset the pose, like literally through the retarget manager. So that drove me crazy. That was the original picture. Hey, Finding J, how you doing? So that was the original picture I sent in the Discord. The guy going like, I don't even, what did he look like? It was like, you guys see me here? Can you guys see that? I don't know how I look, but it's like that. It was because I kept trying to retarget the animation to the skeleton in T pose instead of A pose. But yeah, that drove me crazy forever. Because I'm in the advanced locomotion system Discord. Like I saw like a message on there. It was like, oh, retargeting is like easy. It takes like a few minutes. Now I know why, because if you have the animation, it's really easy to retarget. Because like almost any animation that's like good on the default UE4 mannequin skeleton will be good on this character. The problem is the animation I got from mix mode didn't really match. Like it wasn't like an animation that kind of respected the base pose of this character. I don't even know if any of that made sense. Finding J on Twitch. Oonga boonga. Oonga boonga indeed. My OS mouse stuff is making me crazy. Beast. Anything related to making an OS will drive you crazy. Took a nap. Finding J, honestly, I was feeling tired before the stream. Something about streams just makes me like awake until I'm like 7 hours in. Then I need to crash. Game dev. Yeah, Finding J, it's not as interesting as you think. I feel bad because like you came late and like I kind of went over most of this stuff. But basically, I'll just recap it. Chris, you just gave me a meme about you? Beast, what kind of meme? But yeah, just real quick. So, I'm using the gameplay ability system. It's basically this multiplayer framework that Unreal Engine offers you to handle the replication and supposedly even like client prediction type stuff. Now, what does that mean? Well, when your client does stuff, it affects other clients. So other clients have to be able to be affected by that. How is that possible? Everything goes through the server. So, what do I have? Trying to get an animation to play on not just this client, but also the other client in the game sees it. So yeah, I got the animation playing, but as you can see, there's a few glitches. One, the animation looks kind of janky. Two, it's not really playing every time on the server. Or I don't even know that. I just know it's not getting multicast replicated to the clients all the time necessarily. Yeah, that's what I got going on. And next step is obviously fixing this animation, which I have a lot of options of going about that. Probably making my, if it's not too difficult, I'm thinking about making my own animation. Also, I need to better understand the advanced locomotion system plugin. And of course, once I fix the animation, I'll get to the spawning of projectiles, which is going to be its own thing. Turn it off and back on. Turn what off, Finding J? What else we got? Anime variant. I delete like 10 UE4 projects and it's about 100 gigabytes. Yeah, it's pretty normal. I fix. I have a project that's over 20 gigs with not so many assets. Pretty normal. I fix. Yeah, I want to see this meme though. But yeah, Restream is so glitched right now. I don't know why. It just says I have 0 viewers on YouTube or Twitch. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I don't really have too much to talk about other than that. I mean, next time I'll do a better job of like announcing this because I don't think too many, even though like I know we don't have 0 viewers, I feel like not too many people came on here. My fault. Should have did a better job of announcing it. I kept pushing the stream back though because like I just wanted the animation to work. One, I want the animation to work, and I want to be able to get the projectile spawning. But I think I had enough to show for this stream. Maybe the goal for next stream, get the animation a little less janky and actually get the projectile to spawn. Until then, I might probably take a break from Fortnite again to actually start recording videos again. Some old game lift stuff. Just like kind of split into smaller videos. And then I want to start exploring. I want to actually finally start exploring like how to host a dedicated server on like other platforms besides AWS. Maybe not go into a full tutorial series right away on like, you know, with like the client and the server, like all advanced setup with security, like etc. 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 But like literally just how to host a server on those platforms. I feel like that you're going to end the stream. I think so, because I think probably soon. But yeah, that's kind of my plan right now, though. What I just said. 30 minutes in. Are we 30 minutes in? It feels longer. Is that 30 minutes in? About 40. 40-ish minutes. I got, again, and this is why I feel bad, because, like, there's just... it's like double-edged sword. Like, the glitches gave me a lot to talk about, but I feel like also the glitches, like, prevented me from going forward in the development, so... Gives me less to show off. But, no, it's kind of interesting, though. I mean, I mean, there's always going to be a struggle. Like, my struggle before was, like, just understanding, like, the gameplay ability system. Now it's understanding animations. Not saying I truly understand the gameplay ability system. There's still a lot for me to learn. Like, for example, like, attributes. Like, I've briefly touched, like, effects and abilities and now ability tasks. But, like, you know, for example, health. That involves attributes. I'm going to have to revisit effects again because that's how you affect attributes. And, of course, abilities. You never run away from abilities. Be shortest stream ever. I have a case there, Beast. You might. But yeah, I think... I just checked on YouTube. We got 9 people watching. I feel bad, though, because the restream... I'm going to blame restream a little bit because... I didn't really have an idea of how many people were watching. Like, I feel like a bunch of people just came on, but... Alright, I'm going to end the stream by just quickly explaining where the progress of the game is right now. So, Flop Night, still trying to, you know, remake Fortnite, but using advanced concepts like gameplay ability system. So, we have an ability does activate now. And that ability, right now, plays an animation. And it's supposed to replicate, but right now there's some glitches. As you can see, the animation doesn't always play on the server. And also there's some delay. Delay doesn't matter that much. There's always going to be delay. But yeah, animation's a little janky. Also, I need to get the actual projectile to spawn out the weapon. So, that's pretty much all I'm at. It's like interesting because like there's not much here, but there is ironically still a decent amount that goes into it. For example, we talked about the ability task that plays the animation. We have the ability that activates the ability task, and of course the ability indirectly is how like that animation gets replicated. And then, you know, other than that, you know, even just like upon switching weapons, you know, I do apply gameplay effects. But at this point, like I said earlier, there's no attributes like health being affected. It's just the assignment of gameplay tags. Like that's a big one. So like, show debug ability systems. So like one thing is like right now, if you see, it's like really small, but on the left middle side it says state that holding pistol. I only did it for rifle, pistol two-handed, and everything else is just gonna be none. That's just what I chose to do for now. But yeah, like it just shows how a lot goes into this. Also, like I learned from this guy named Discord. I'll give a shout out because I mean he is like he just got promoted to moderator recently. I think he definitely deserves it. It's UKS Spectrum guy. Like literally answers everyone's questions on the Unreal Slackers Discord about gameplay ability system. So I was wondering like how Fortnite like does things in terms of gameplay abilities and like weapon switching. So he kind of told me basically what they do is they grant and revoke abilities upon, you know, weapon equipment and unequipment. So like do like ability systems, like next category. So right now we have an effect, and this effect is kind of how I am a this I don't know if it's being done in Fortnite. Probably not. Chaos, like, I know like he works on games, like actual like production games, so I know like he gives more general answers. He does give code snippets here and there, but you know, I just use a server RPC to like apply this effect, and through the effect the ability gets granted. I think I might even showed this honestly last stream. I might be repeating myself, but in case I'm not. But yeah, this effect grants an ability, so like if I go one more section, or well, first let me switch weapons just to show like, you know, the effect changes. If you see on the middle left, again, really small. And if I go to the next category, you see like in gray the ability. So yeah, like nothing too crazy here. And then of course, if you're not holding anything, you have no abilities. Oh, what the heck? Oh yeah, so that's, oh yeah, so this, the reason for this is because the animation right now is based on the base pose of aiming down sight. So that's another thing I gotta figure out too. I might have like another gameplay effect slash and tag for like determining whether or not a guy is aiming down sight or not. Because depending on that, I might need another animation to get this character to aim down sight. Because in Fortnite, there's really only one shooting animation. It's just aim down sight shooting. Whether it's pistol, rifle, whatever. It's another thing. Yeah, Chaos Spectrum is OP. Yep, that's true. Afix, he did help Trenic with gas shooter, I believe. Could be wrong about that. Regardless, both of them are legends. Trenic and Chaos, but yeah, that was one thing there. So not really too much that went on. It's just showing you guys that like a lot does go into this. And also you can see like very briefly that the montage is getting played. Like it actually I didn't even know that. This is my first time seeing that in the debug mode. You can actually see the ability task. I think there's one more category for this, or no, I think that was it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have too much else to go over. I know that the Fortnite. Oh, yeah, another thing I saw on Discord, because I'm not even kidding, in the Unreal Sires Discord, I literally just read all of Chaos Spectrum's messages. I probably don't even understand half of them, but like the guy just knows so much. Like I think one thing he covered, which I didn't know, was apparently Fortnite doesn't do any prediction for projectile spawning. So I thought that was really interesting. So if your ping is terrible, then you're kind of screwed on Fortnite. He had like a clip too. He showed like the basically this player with a grenade launcher. He just showed one example with like 30 ping, I think, or 30 ms ping, and then another example of 300 ms ping, and the delay was real. But yeah, there's no client-side prediction for that. Hey, do you make an update for the ALS v4 C++ plugin, or can you show me how I'm getting errors when compiling for 4.26? Cheers. Easy YouTube tutorials, games, reviews. I can make, if you just want a video. Wait, how do you? Oh, I get what you're saying. Like, kind of making like. Okay, I get what you're saying. Like, kind of like you have a project with the ALS plugin already, but you want to update it. Yeah, that I've had to do that. No problem, Afix. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Yeah, easy YouTube tutorials. That is yeah, there's no clean way of doing that, but I'll put that on my list. Also, when you're going to make C++ 2, it's beast soon. Also, oh my goodness, I feel terrible because there might have been someone in. No, never mind. There's no one making Twitch comments. I was literally just looking at the YouTube comments for a bit there. But yeah, what else was I gonna say? But yeah, so that makes my life easier. I mean, I've also been like just looking at Fortnite more closely. Like, there's just it's a more simple game than I thought, which is good because it makes a good candidate for remaking it. I know that sounds weird. Like, for example, the shooting animation, like they really only use just one animation. They don't do client-side prediction for projectile spawning. Thank you, Kevin McLaughlin. Leo, good to see you, man. Always good to see you, Leo. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this stream's about to end pretty soon, but nothing too much. But yes, Beast. I will get to it eventually. That's all I can say, because I'm pretty bad at multitasking. Like I said, like a little bit ago in the stream, I like after this I'm going to take a break to record videos, and you might be saying, why don't you do it at the same time? Because I've learned I'm just terrible at multitasking. For example, that you okay, Beast, I won't blame you, man. If you want to make them, you can make them. I won't blame you. But I mean, no, that's a topic I just want like C++ general tutorials. That's just something I want to do for myself, because I might want to learn that just for like potential like job switch, like real job switch. Um, I'm not giving a sneak peek to anything, but no spoilers on that. But like, yeah, so that's something else. But yeah, I can't multitask. I mean, if we go back to like those game live tutorial streams, like I was really only doing that. Like, and then after we finished this tutorial series, like I tried doing too many things at once, and like I just broke. I was trying to do EOS, PlayFab. I don't even know the list, and Flop Night probably too. Like I just can't do things at once. Now I'm just trying to do things like little bits at a time. That's all I can do. So I think that's really all I got. I think I got too much, yeah. But glad you found it interesting, Kevin. That's definitely the goal. Gotta make these interesting. Otherwise, I don't know. Man, I'm a weird guy. But I think that's it though. Thank you everyone to tuning into the stream. Thank you to Surrey, Jordan, Afix, Corsair, Calvin, Beast, Afix, Ensky, Baraka, Matster, Finding J, Leo, and Easy. Have a good one. And don't forget to eat your vegetables.